Hey, what's up? So, got a little decarb chart. I got it. I don't know if you could see that well. Of course not, because it's like mirror. I don't know, but if you could read that backwards or do a screenshot and then flip it around, that'd be fine. So basically, what that's saying is, um, THC content goes up drastically when you do carb at 7 minutes at 293 Fahrenheit or 145 Celsius. Um, and not only that, but the chlorophyll evaporates or decomposes naturally with decarbing. It said something like 315, but the color dissipates quite gradually. So you're gonna have something like that. I'll put the lighter up to it so you can see it. It was brown looking, decarboxylated. Anyways, there you go. Brown, not black, but brown. And I don't know, just it gets you more medicated faster. So I love the pipe. Not smoother. But other videos, it was great stuff. I would smoke it. It wasn't nearly as smooth. And corn pipe, chillum has dried all the way. It's cured all the way. So kind of looks like a deer pipe, antler pipe. Cool. And I'm telling you, just off a couple hits of this compared to something else where you often you're getting headaches from the chlorophyll. Apparently, in chloroplast, there's DNA. I thought plants had RNA only, but it said something about chloroplast having DNA, and it's like a living thing still, or whatever. Like the stuff that was in there is like that was life. So I'd rather just cook the life out of it and increase the THC that's bioavailable by a lot more. In the chart, it shoots up. Time underneath THC content, all that stuff. It's I can just feel it right now, just from that last hit, and that was like a minute ago. I could already feel it. I don't feel that headache feeling, the hungover feeling. I haven't felt at the crash. There's been a lot of debate about this on the internet, on a lot of the websites out there like Reddit and RollItUp.org and all these things. Yeah, so you see my last videos, I was coughing up a lung. You know, the thing is pretty easy to decarboxylate. I mean, you could just do it with a vaporizer, but that makes me get nauseous and have nausea problems. I'm a cervical injury that's gotten better. I have to decompress all the time. I decompress right there and got a bunch of vertebrates to latch from themselves in my C4 area from a lot of compressions. So it's been totally beneficial having a medical marijuana card and more manageable. Even though I have degenerative disc disease and this are all shot in my neck, the bones are still good. So, I don't like to get too medicated, but I do get spasms in my back really bad still from the accident that occurred a long time ago. But then I worked in the food industry lifting stuff for about a decade plus. And now I can't do all that much, but so I'm kind of like bedridden and stuff. But I could I'm not gonna have my kidneys get all messed up from painkillers or whatever. And, Tylenol rips your stomach up, and that's all I'm gonna say about that because it does work taking Tylenol and all that stuff, but it makes my stomach. It just makes me feel nauseous because I mean I'll take it. I'll still take Tylenol extra strength. I don't have a problem with taking it if I have to. But all that stuff that's OTC is gonna hurt your stomach, hurt your body. Even when I do edibles, I just feel like I can't dose it. I microdose. Let's get that straight. I microdose because I don't want to be. I want to be in public. I want to be able to do what other people do and not be subdued by a drug. So or a plant alkaloid, whatever you want to call it, a plant um, compound. Sorry, it's just real late. It's like 2:30 in the morning. I'm doing this. I had to mess with the mic array. I had to change it to 60. It was up all the way. I had a boost. So sorry about the last videos and all. I'm trying to be educational. Use an electric lighter because it's just easier to use, and I don't know. It just gives you a cleaner flame. It seems like not all that residue of flint and stuff burning off. From that's what it does. That flint's so right next to the flame, and then the steel's right there. So this is, it's instant. See, I'm not coughing at all. I don't have a problem really coughing with asthma or nothing like that, but I did have back spasms prior to medicating right now, so I'm just doing a little update thing, and um, I saw that chart. I saw that chart a long time ago, the decarboxylation chart, and I said to myself, um, people got to know about this because you could just decarb weed um, pretty easily in a cookie sheet pan, small one. Put they say break up the weed into little pieces, size pieces, or I wouldn't say grind it because you just want some of you want that resonation to occur, and you can also control from it over decarboxylating and getting brown or whatever. So they say to keep it wrapped in the cookie sheet pan. You could do a test first, but 300 degrees, 295 for like 10 to 15 minutes, and then let it cool down underneath the Reynolds wrap or whatever you're using. I would suggest probably using, or I mean, like a grill, the thicker one, because you can wrap that tighter. I mean, that's from a food background. You get a tighter wrap with Reynolds wrap or foil if you use like the grill foil or whatever. But let it cool all the way. This actually was weed that I have a really nice handheld vaporizer. I use it, I get very nauseous. Makes me like throw up. I start coughing and stuff because of the chlorophyll. And it was just funny because I ran out of marijuana, and I had it packed real tight in the vaporizer, and I had too tight, and it didn't really work all that well. So this wasn't even what they call reclaim. It wasn't even that. It was just the chlorophyll got taken out. It decomposed or whatever they call it, degraded, and the chlorophyll, that green chlorophyll color, was cooked out. And interesting enough, I found out that there's magnesium in chlorophyll in the chain. It kind of looks like a lollipop, and inside of like the spiral lollipop is like it's like a ring, and inside that ring is that green chlorophyll. So I don't know why people are saying, bag of peel has to be green, it has to be all this stuff. That's like drug dealer stuff. That's getting people to have it be like eye candy, and it's just stupid. I think. I mean, I shouldn't. I really shouldn't even say stupid. It's like it's ludicrous to think that people don't know about what THC is, tetrahydrocannabinol. And that's the thing that's getting you good. It's not the green stuff, how green or purple it is, or orange or fruit colored it is. You actually don't want that, because um, all that is chlorine, basically, or chlorophyll and chlorine, and those types of gases are not good for you to breathe in. I think it's oceanic. It's like there's chlorine naturally in the ocean. That's how they make like chlorine gas or something. Or I don't know all that much about science, but I took high school chemistry, and I've been doing a little research. There is magnesium in there, and that I'm not really worried about that, because it's just like a little bit of it, and it's metal or whatever. But the green stuff is like, on a cellular level, plants have RNA or whatever, but the chloroplast says they have DNA in the nucleus or whatever. So I don't know if that's in like algae or something, and that's an animal or whatever, but it said the chloroplast in moss, in moss lichen or whatever it was on Wikipedia. I saw it. I'm like, well, that's like what's in weed. There's like chloroplasts in all plants or whatever. And even if it's RNA or if it's DNA or whatever, that's like, it's stuff. It's reproduction stuff. And that's kind of like in itself is like a bacteria type of thing or something. It's some sort of, it's like yeast or whatever. It's like a living thing, even though it's dried out, it can come back, or I don't know how it works. And I probably sound crazy. Um, I think that's what makes weed hard. There's all these discussions about, the brown weed that it takes 6 months to cure, being a lot smoother. And I know that because I'm smoking this brown weed right now that was high THC. And I feel very much lifted, even though it was a hybrid. The terpenes were kind of gone anyway. So this is just pure THC. And I feel really good. I feel great about doing this video right now. I feel like get away from the pan out a little bit. Do my adjustments. I don't know if you could hear that because I turned down the mic. But I get locked up really easily, and I have to do these adjustments, these self adjustments. I actually read a book. I went to this Kripalu Center in Massachusetts where they do yoga and all this great stuff. And there was a book of like self-help book of like stretching and all this stuff. But this makes me feel better about doing the self adjustments, because I'm just stretching and stuff pops, gases, or little micro osteophytes, or stuff that's forming into osteophytes, or rid of those just by doing stuff like that. Just got a bunch of stuff to release that if I had a microphone right there with a boost, like doing those videos of people eating weird stuff or whatever they do, AMSR, I don't know what that even means, but I should probably get one of those and do videos when I do an adjustment you can hear. But I have plenty of people that have heard bone crunching stuff, including my chiropractors, are like, you have some sort of, from a crush injury, you have some sort of thing where the scar tissue forms drastically, and had a bunch of injuries that probably caused it, like jumping off the, 10, 15-foot scaffolding type of thing. In the service that happened to me, I got kind of like pushed off the scaffolding. I got into a scuffle with some dude that was training for some crazy stuff, and or whatever. And I jumped off the thing and hurt my neck real bad. So also, this wear and tear,